The world's easiest science-based diet to remove visceral fat. There's a couple of months left in 2025 and I'm gonna show you how to fast forward your transformation. 3 easy meals to 12% quickly and with one special drink that's been proven to reduce visceral fat by 14% on its own. I've done this myself 5 times in the last decade, and 2 of those 5 transformations happened in as little as 60 to 90 days. It's a sustainable and science-based approach, but here's the twist. I'm gonna give you the exact plan to follow step by step so that there's no guesswork. You just need to copy it, paste it into your life, and fast forward your transformation. My name is Michael Diamonds. I am a medical doctor, I'm a scientist, and a pro natural bodybuilder. This is the same science-based diet I use on my clients at every age. Sachin in his 20s, Tori in his 30s, Harry in his 40s, and he lost over 100 pounds never even leaving his home. Donnie in his 50s, Dom, James, Dr. Gregory in his 60s, Dr. Doug in his 70s, and Dwayne in his 80s. And here's how we'll do it together. First, I'll walk you through the diet itself and exactly what to include, and then I'll show you the 3 meals to put it all together step by step. Now let's set the foundation so that we can execute this correctly on day 1. I call it the 5 golden rules for reducing visceral fat and keeping it off. I'm sharing this with you so you can apply the logic on your meals so that you have the keys. So rule number 1 is we want to implement time-restricted eating, the 16-8. Why? There's new research released in 2023 to 2024 that's changed the game. Now we know that intermittent fasting doesn't just cause weight loss, it specifically reduces visceral fat while leaving much of your protective subcutaneous fat untouched. Now, the question is, how effective is this for visceral fat? There's a meta-analysis, which is basically the study of studies that combine the data of hundreds of people, and they found that those following the 16-8 cut 8 to 14% of visceral fat in just 12 to 16 weeks without anything else. So to put that into perspective, that's like taking 2 months off of the clock on your health risk. And this is the kicker. Participants rated it a 9 out of 10 for ease of use. So here's how it works. Fasting keeps your fat storage hormone insulin lower for longer stretches, right? Which makes your body reach deeper into the visceral fat stores for energy. And if you also want to lose the subcutaneous fat and maximize overall fat loss to get to 12%, I want you to pair your 16-8 fasting with a caloric deficit. That's still the fastest driver, and I'm gonna show you where to do this so you're guaranteed to achieve both. Now, rule number 2, Proteus. Proteus in Greek means of the first order. It's the most important macronutrient, and I'll tell you why. Now, when most people think of protein, they think of muscle, and yes, it helps build and protect muscle, especially when you're in a dieting phase, but this is what's often overlooked. Protein has unique effects on visceral fat that go beyond that of what carbs and fats can do. Now, this is the biggest breakthrough that came from a study on what's called protein pacing. It's spreading your protein across your meals, combining it with intermittent fasting. The results? A 33% reduction in visceral fat compared to 14% with just the standard caloric deficit. That's more than double the effect. So you're probably asking, okay, Dr. Mike, why does spreading your protein across help so much? And why does this happen? So protein just doesn't keep you full and help you build muscle. It ramps up something called your thermic effect of food. It's the calories your body burns just by digesting and processing what you eat. Think of it as metabolic tax. Protein is expensive for your body to run, and that extra effort shifts the balance towards fat loss, especially around your belly. So I want you to target a minimum of 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily, whether that comes from chicken breast or wild-caught salmon or Greek yogurt or whey protein. To make it simple, I created a precision macro calculator for you. I built this just for you so that you can get the exact numbers the way I would build it so that there's no guessing. And it's linked in the description. Just scroll down until you see precision macro calculator. Rule number 3, it's adding polyphenols, and I'll explain what that is. If fasting is the engine and protein is the fuel, polyphenols are the power switch that takes your fat loss from good to great. Polyphenols are natural compounds found in foods like berries, walnuts, pomegranates, and onions. Now, they don't just protect your cells, they flip on pathways that make your body burn fat more efficiently. So here's how it works. From walnuts and pomegranates, your body produces urolithin A, and I want you to think of it as a fat cell remodeler. It helps brown your white fat cells, turning them into calorie-burning tissue. From onions, you get quercetin, the flavonoid that improves insulin sensitivity and reduces inflammation, two of the main drivers of visceral fat storage. That's why I call polyphenols the fat loss multiplier, because when you add them on top of fasting, on top of eating more protein, the results don't just add up, they multiply. So we want to build your meals around polyphenol-rich foods. So rule number 4 is omega-3s. Omega-3s specifically contain EPA and DHA, and they just don't protect your heart alone. They also change how your fat cells behave. They make the cell membranes more flexible, so those cells actually listen when your body tells them to release energy. Now, there's a 2015 study in the International Journal of Obesity found that people who added fish oil to a calorie-controlled diet lost more belly fat than those who just did a diet alone. And along the way, their bodies handled carbs better and more efficiently. Now, omega-3s on its own won't strip fat by themselves, but when you stack it together with fasting, protein, and gut activators, they quietly unlock what makes the whole system click. Now, rule number 5 is the green tea. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I used to think green tea was just this detox fad that people were hyping, and it was a miracle drink, and I didn't like that. Green tea is loaded with plant compounds called catechins, and think of them as nature's fat-burning chemicals. The most powerful one is called EGCG, and this doesn't just only act as an antioxidant, it directly boosts fat burning and helps reduce inflammation. So there's a 12-week clinical trial in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, and it showed that people drinking the equivalent of 4 to 5 cups a day cut down their visceral fat, and this was confirmed by CT scans, not those fancy bathroom scales. So here's how to use it. Aim to drink 3 to 4 cups a day, and if you're caffeine sensitive, you can get decaffeinated green tea. So this is how I want you to drink it. Drink it in between meals, about 2 hours after eating, or 30 minutes before your next meal. We want to keep it black. Now, I don't want you to add milk in there because the milk proteins can block most of the catechins, and one study suggested that it can decrease absorption up to 87%. So you can add a squeeze of lemon instead, and it will boost the catechin stability and absorption. So when you stack these 5 rules together, you create a primed body ready to burn visceral fat all day long, not just fighting you, but working with you. Now, the only question is, what does this look like on your plate? So let's get practical, and I'll show you the exact 3 meals that tie this all together and make this diet effortless. And before I continue, let me know in the comments, and by leaving the video a gentle thumbs up, say, Dr. Mike, make the visceral fat cooking show. And these meals, and have over 1,000 more of these visceral fat burning meals, and I'll show you guys how to prepare them the best way, and I have so many nuggets that make these easy to meal prep, fun to do, and foods that your whole family wants to eat. Let's start with meal 1. It's the berry yogurt protein bowl. Most people start the day with a toast or cereal. It's light, it's carb heavy, and it's guaranteed to leave you hungry. But the strongest visceral fat burning meal isn't light at all. It's loaded with probiotics, polyphenols, and omega-3s that prime your gut and metabolism to attack belly fat from its first bite. So this is the berry yogurt protein bowl. It's the secret weapon. Now, a 2023 Nature Metabolism study found that when probiotics were paired with polyphenol-rich berries, visceral fat loss more than doubled compared to either one alone. It's like your gut bacteria and your berry compounds form an alliance, and together they're twice as effective. So here's how to make it. We want 200 grams of low-fat Greek yogurt. In that Greek yogurt contains the probiotics, the lactobacillus plantarum, and the protein to feed your gut and also to protect your muscles. We want to add 100 grams of mixed berries to that bowl. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. These are polyphenol rich that we covered earlier. I want these fresh. I don't want the frozen stuff. In there, we can add 30 grams of rolled oats, which is a prebiotic fiber to fuel the good gut bacteria. We want to add 10 grams of chia seeds. In the chia seeds, we have those omega-3s that will bring down inflammation. It has fiber also that will improve your digestion, and it will also improve your insulin sensitivity. And on top of that, we want to top that power bowl off with 20 grams of walnuts. The urolithin A in those walnuts are from the Rule 3 that remodels your fat cells. And to make it sweet, to make it enjoyable, we can add about 5 grams of honey. If you need it a bit sweeter, you can take it to 10 grams. And you can add 1 scoop of your favorite whey protein for extra satiety. Mix it all in a bowl, no cooking, 5 minutes and you're done. And what's cool about this, I give this to all of my clients and you can prep it overnight, right? You can make it in the evening and meal prep this for a couple of days. So these are the macros: 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, and 15 grams of fats, 510 calories of visceral fat destruction. Sandra, one of my favorite clients, ate this bowl daily and she lost 50 pounds of fat without feeling deprived. And if you feel like this, just wait until you see lunch, which adds another fighting layer. Meal number 2, air fried chicken and a sweet potato bowl. Now this makes fat burning beyond the gut and into your hormones. So the Korean researchers discovered kimchi. It's a fermented cabbage that contains Lactobacillus plantarum, a bacteria that specifically reduces visceral fat adipocytes. There's a 2013 study in nutrition research, and it showed that people who ate kimchi daily had lower body fat and smaller weights compared to those who didn't. So here's a 15-minute setup that you can make in an air fryer. I personally have a Ninja air fryer with 2 compartments, and these are one of those meals that I give to my business owners that they can just throw the stuff in there and go do other things. And when they're ready to eat, they just need to toss it all together. So take 250 grams of chicken breast, right? Cube it up, season it, air fry it at 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. This is our main protein source. And if I do that cooking show, I'll show you all the amazing spices and herbs and sauces you can add to make this so good and juicy. And then in the other compartment of your air fryer, take 150 grams of sweet potato, cube it up, toss 5 milliliters of olive oil on it, air fry it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. This sweet potato is a slow carb that won't spike your blood sugar compared to a rice, for example. We will also, to this meal, I'm gonna add 150 grams of fresh spinach. It's polyphenol rich with magnesium that will help keep your cortisol in check, which usually adds onto your visceral fat, but it's gonna keep it in check. And we also wanna add that 50 grams of kimchi to the side, right? 10 milliliters of olive oil, which adds that healthy fats and healthy polyphenols. And putting it together, assembling it takes 2 minutes and a total of 15 minutes in cooking time. And these are the macros: 70 grams of protein, 45 grams of carbs, and 15 grams of fats at roughly 595 calories. And this is one of the meals that you can prep in bulk, take to work, and never miss a beat. Now, let's move into meal 3, the salmon and rice stir fry. Before I continue, if you're watching until this point, it means that it's very likely that losing your visceral fat is very important to you. If you've tried in the past and you finally want a guaranteed result, me and my team of doctors, we pull your bloods, we check your gut health, we see everything, we check under the hood, and we build a science-based plan just like this for you. Every meal fights for its place and it helps you lose 50 pounds. It helps you reverse your diabetes just like it did with my mom. This is the exact same strategy we did with her, and she was able to lose the weight, regain her confidence. And if you want to be able to achieve a similar transformation to the one you're seeing on the screen, and you want to work with me and my team of doctors, our premium, but we guarantee the result, it's the first link in the description to apply to work with us. But you can just watch this video and utilize these to get your results if you want to try it on your own first. Now, meal number 3, Salmon and rice stir fry. Everyone says don't eat carbs at night, but this is the truth. The right carbs paired with omega-3s actually accelerate overnight fat burning. 200 grams of wild-caught salmon, I want you to air fry it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. It's rich in omega-3s, rich in DHA, and studies show that this reduces visceral fat, and it's also high in protein. You want 80 grams of cooked brown rice, which will feed your good gut bacteria and thrive on that fiber. We also want 150 grams of broccoli, which contains that sulfurine compound that helps with the fat burning genes, and 50 grams of onions, which is a great prebiotic fiber to lower inflammation. 10 mLs of low sodium soy sauce that will try and avoid that bloating, and mix it all together with the salmon. And voila. Now the macros are 54 grams of protein, 33 grams of carbs, and 27 grams of fats at 579 calories. And the result? It's a dinner that's gonna fuel your gut, calm down your inflammation, and prime your metabolism to burn fat while you're sleeping. And together, these 3 meals hit the golden rules that we learned of earlier. The fasting-friendly structure, the high protein for satiety and muscle, the polyphenol-rich probiotics and fat loss multipliers, the omega-3s in the chia seeds, the walnuts, and the salmon. So by now, you can see these 3 meals aren't random. They're deliberately and scientifically engineered to check every single one of those golden rules. Protein sparing throughout the day to protect your muscle tissue and to double that visceral fat loss. The polyphenols and probiotic-rich foods working together to reprogram your gut. And omega-3s making your fat cells more responsive and less stubborn. And the best part, you're not gonna feel like you're dieting. The meals are simple, they're easy, and they're repeatable and satisfying. When people follow this exact structure, the body stops fighting back and it starts working with you. Harry dropped over 100 pounds doing this. Doug did the same. These are all people who struggled before. This system works. It's universal. So here's my challenge to you. If you've struggled with consistency in the past, commit to these 3 meals just for 30 days. Give your body a chance. Do that and you will notice the difference, not just in how you look, but more importantly, how you feel. That being said, if you want me and my team to build this all out for you, you want a full-blown premium program to drop the weight, go for it. Apply to work with us. But just apply these meals here. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to make this cooking show. I will show you these recipes and more. So say, Dr. Mike, create the cooking show and I'll do that for you happily. And leave it with a gentle thumbs up. If I see it's what you guys want, I'll drop everything I'm doing and make it the next video. And if you want to know more about a 30-day plan to lose your visceral fat, watch this video right here. Cheers.